welcome to the USC Outsider podcast. I'm Rick Barbera. This is Scott Pitts.
You're damn right.
We are not affiliated with the University of Southern California, and any opinions expressed are uniquely ours. So,
I have lots of those tonight.
if you have small children, send them out of the room now. And if you're at work, put us on headphones. We're not safe for work, not safe for kids unless they're possibly, over 13. I think over 13.
13 years old kids have heard the word shit, right?
And I hope so, because if they haven't, they have now.
Well, that's part of the deal.
So tonight, we are going to explain what happened to USC a couple of weeks ago. This, of course, is Washington week. We play on a Thursday night, a rare Thursday night
it's
game.
It's a very special podcast. We're kind of doing it the old way.
This is the old, and we never recorded it the old way video.
Yeah, we've never done that.
What's this thing? What is that? The camera's not.
That one's your dick pic.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. A couple of weeks ago, we beat Arizona State, the Sun Devils. We beat them on the road.
11 days ago or something.
It was practically last
10
year.
10 days ago?
It was a big win. USC looked to get back on track against the Sun Devils, and boy, did they.
Yeah. It was an entirely different team, and I don't know if that's indicative of USC picking themselves up off the mat, or if it's the difference between Stanford, who's playing really well right now.
Stanford is a great team. Northwestern is a very good team.
Yes,
this year.
Or Arizona State. So the quality of team. So that's going to be interesting to see how that stuff starts to play out.
It really wasn't much of a game. Arizona State, and for the last few years, we've almost had their number. They've been very good. They took, obviously, like most teams in the Pac-12, they took advantage of the fact that USC was undermanned, down in their numbers. The sanctions were just levied by the cartel were unfair, and a lot of teams took advantage of that. This was the first time in a while where USC said, you know what, we have the numbers, we can platoon our guys. Yeah. Most of the guys are pretty healthy. We're going to play them. And Arizona State did not stand a chance. And this had been a while, because I remember...
They straight up got beat at home.
It wasn't much of a game.
Yeah.
It really wasn't. We blitzed. The defense looked great. The offensive line didn't dominate through the whole game, but did enough to where they got good pass protection. Am I saying that right? Good pass protection. They opened up the run. Yeah. They gave Cody time to pick apart everything in the Arizona State defense.
They picked up all the stunts, and they picked up all everything that Arizona State was throwing at them. And what Arizona State did to UCLA this week, which is a veteran offensive line, was totally different. And I don't know if that's because USC is that much better than UCLA's offensive line. I would like to think so.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Arizona State changed things up and just said they needed to become more three-dimensional or whatever, but they looked totally different against UCLA.
They got after them, and odd that you knew that the Sun Devils were going to be angry. They're not a bad team, and Todd Graham is a good coach.
Yep.
We made them look ridiculous at home, and then they came to the Rose Bowl and did to UCLA what I hope to do to UCLA in a couple of months.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's possible. But
they did what SC did to them the week previous.
And hearing little Jimmy Mora talk about how his defense is decimated and they don't have the numbers and excuse after excuse, it was pleasurable. And it was the same night that Clemson defeated Notre Dame.
That's right.
So
it was a really, really good weekend for the USC
happy
Trojans
Sunday,
and
happy
fans.
Saturday. And SC didn't lose.
That's right.
I mean,
SC did not lose.
It was a great day. Those are the most fantastic bye
I
weeks
love those.
that you could ask for, where they both lose.
The only way that could have gotten better is if SC played, won, and the other two lost. That's like the triple whammy. That's the triumvirate right there.
Yes.
But couldn't have got much better than last weekend. It was great. There were a lot of great games last weekend. Ohio State got taken to the end by Indiana.
That was surprising. Indiana's not screwing around. They've built that into something.
Northwestern's looking
I don't pay
really
enough
good.
attention, actually.
Michigan's back. They're gonna be back in the next year or two. Man, college football is exciting right now.
That might be worth watching this year. The game where Harbaugh plays Ohio State. I'm not a huge Ohio State fan.
I think Michigan's gonna give them a game.
And I'm happy that Reverend Meyer will face off against a coach that was not only in the pros but was at the Super Bowl a few years ago, and he can gauge his pro stock by that game.
Sure.
Like if he wants to go pro, I think.
Speaking of going pro, Rick.
Yes, sir.
Do you know where I'm going with this? Oh, no, I don't see it in your notes there.
No, what happened?
Miles Jack, who is hurt and out for the year for
Yes.
UCLA, announced he's going to the pros. He's leaving the program, foregoing his senior season, and for leaving his teammates with their dicks in the wind in the middle
Right.
of this season, kind of saying, later, guys, I'm out.
It's an intelligent move because he got hurt. I would have liked to have seen him stay another year so USC could beat him, but going out on top like that from UCLA is good. It's quality. I understand the reasoning
No,
behind it.
I get that, but do
He
you
wants
do it
to
in the
make
middle
money.
of the season? Why don't you do it?
Because he
at
can
the-
start making money.
He
can
didn't
start-
want to go to classes anymore, and now he's going to just to work out and rehab and well,
go
seriously,
pro.
yeah.
He's giving the middle finger to his scholarship.
He's giving the middle finger to his teammates, is what he's doing.
He this is sort
You
of
don't do that in the middle of the season, I think.
I think it's the business. This sounds like it's a business move. I get it.
I get
He's
that.
a talented guy, and I don't know how I don't know what the agents say his draft stock is yet, but it
He's
seems,
projected a middle first rounder.
I understand where his or his family or his agent's head is at. It's not a terrible move, and he's not immortal, and he's a good athlete. He'll probably do fine in the pros, have a few years, get a good contract, and do his thing. And he didn't win a national championship at UCLA, but I don't think they ever will.
No. Not like this.
Next question, Don.
We're all by ourselves right now.
Yeah, that's right.
How do you feel about that?
It's the way it's been for almost 7 years.
It
We
feels-
just had
it
we have
feels
more
weird.
more people are in the room this year because we're videotaping it.
But everybody left us. We're all it's
I
just
can
us.
say whatever the fuck we want.
We can say whatever the fuck we want about all those assholes that are in the room with us.
Yeah, what is going on with like the audio mess ups that
I
in the
don't
last
know.
few weeks live? I thank you to the 20 people who tune in live to watch this. I question
getting,
what you've got going on in your own lives to be able to watch this live. But aside from that, we ought to give you a quality, piece live because it's possible to do live television. It's been going on for a while, but we've just been blowing it. I mean,
Yeah.
technical glitches and a bunch of ass grabbing excuses,
It's an internet thing, but I'm okay with it.
or it might be an LAPD thing.
It probably is. I like getting back to the basics of this. This feels good.
Yeah, I like this
I
microphone.
feel a little more
It's
comfortable.
my favorite
Yeah,
microphone.
Yeah, I like this microphone too.
You want to move on to
Cheers on
Washington?
that. Yeah, let's talk.
Do you want to explain
do you
the
want to
drink
talk
this
about any of
week?
the stats from the? Ew.
Yeah, I want to talk about the stats in the game.
Okay, can you see that?
No, I need to get my eyes checked.
Max Brown was 1 of 1 for 4 yards.
Congrats.
That's 100%
Fight on, Max.
completion percentage.
That's going to be our QB against Alabama next year. Do
yes,
you realize
it
that?
is. Yes, I do.
He seems skinny.
Yeah, he put on a few lbs this year. That would be nice. But
Gonna have to roid it out in the offseason.
well
Legally roid it out.
creatine,
Or
muscle milk.
or whatever compound that they've got now that's like creatine was in the 90s to
Right.
legally just take it.
Right.
Bulk up, be 625 pounds.
Sure.
What else do you have, Pitts?
Leading rushers for the game. Ronald Jones II, 10 rushes for 54 yards. Broke off a 22-yarder. No rushing touchdowns. That's interesting.
Didn't need him.
Didn't need him. Cody Kessler threw 5 TDs, 1 pick. I think that he had some guys in his face on that pick. Man, it's a pretty banal stat line. Justin Davis, 7 carries for 24 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Trey Madden, 9 carries for 7 yards. So they kind of held Trey to a quiet game, but I feel like they didn't need to use him, so maybe they just kind of let him take a game off, maybe, because they're going to need him coming up this week, and they're going to need him certainly next week, but I'm not going to look ahead to that one.
Oh yeah. Now that's. We'll go. I can't go to Vegas now. I can't go to Vegas.
I couldn't do it either.
It's
too bad.
for various reasons. I just can't. I can't go. I got. And why is it at 5:30?
It's 6:30, I think, back there. I think it's 3:30 here.
Oh, You might want to check that. I looked at the thing today. We should probably talk about the game at hand, which is Washington. Yep. So wait, are there any other stats? Everybody looked good. We kept Berkovici kept him on his heels. Cody took off for a nice run.
He did.
He needs to do that more.
Yeah, and he can. I think he's very capable of that.
Took off for a great run. The offensive line probably needs to get a little more consistent and dominate people, and that may come when they're playing at home starting Thursday. That they may be in the process of gelling right now, but they need to do that. We are Claude Pallone,
yep.
Sorry, lost.
Okay.
He's out, I think.
Yeah, he's
questionable.
He's questionable, but he's not looking good. He's got an ankle tweak, which leads me to believe it's a high ankle sprain. Those are usually a couple of weeks.
Maybe
at
he'll
least.
be back for Notre Dame. Maybe not.
Maybe not. Let's see.
Washington. Want to go to Washington?
Yeah. Well, let's talk about him.
Remember when Boise State was really good? They had a coach. Peterson. I forgot his first name. Why would I forget his is it? Christopher Peterson coached Boise State they were BCS busters. They beat Oklahoma by that Statue of Liberty play, and they have blue Smurf turf. Mm-hmm. Blue Smurf turf.
Yeah, it's weird. A lot of geese die every year flying over that field because they think it's water, and they come in for a landing and they crash.
It's comical.
It's real. That's true. That's a true stat.
Chris Peterson is now coaching Washington, and the old coach of Washington is now coaching USC. It's very incestuous, and as my good friend and the friend of the show, Peter Italian, says, Larry Scott is a coke-snorting executive.
Shitbag turd.
Don't know what the two have to do. I think maybe I was going to say allowing incestuous moves like that in the same conference just seems wrong to me. But so anyway, now we're stuck with Sarkisian, and Chris Peterson is up at Washington, even though Boise State was not in the Pac-12. Peterson came over to coach it from Boise State, and then of course, the incestuous part was Sarkisian moving to Southern California, where he's currently the coach. And actually, Justin Wilcox used to coach at Boise State, so there's some familiar ties there.
You heard about this Kawasaki defense?
Nope.
That is
that?
That is the defense that they are running in Washington right now, and a lot of the players who played for Sark are saying it's the real deal, and that Wilcox's system that they were running was not.
It was Holt first, remember?
Sure.
Holt went up there, Nick Holt, and then he got fired after I think somebody scored 80 some odd points on Washington in a bowl.
Ouch.
Nick Holt's out, and I think Wilcox came in. Wilcox was at Tennessee, Boise State, and then I think Washington. At any rate, guys, the defense for Washington is one of their bright spots. I can tell you that my guy who I will be watching, because he's got, I think, the best name in college football, is the free safety, Budda Baker.
Yep, Budda Baker. He's good.
And also cornerback Sidney Jones, nose tackle Elijah Qualls, outside linebacker Corey Littleton, middle linebacker Azim Victor. These are gentlemen who are doing what they can to keep the games manageable while their offense stutters, because Washington, for better or worse, Peterson came in there and said, you know what, I'm just going to take all these guys who I want, freshmen, sophomores, change the culture, start a bunch of younger classmen, and because I don't want to pay attention to the former recruiting class, we're just going to build it up again, and we're gonna make it happen. And I don't know if the cupboard was left bare, but to me, a sign of a great coach is sort of how you can take a Michigan team that wasn't anything last year,
yep,
and now practically unstoppable from a coaching staff.
That's right.
So if you want to know, and you can tell me that that's extreme or not fair, I don't know. I think it's tangible. I think it's a Division I football program. You bring in the right coaches, teaching the right fundamentals and the attention to detail, finesse, guys who have been there and done that and taught pro guys, and now they're teaching younger guys the right way to do things. And you pretty much can have turnaround fat. Pete Carroll did some of that using Hackett's guys.
Yep. In the second half of that first season that he was there, I think
Things
he went
just started to
1-5 the first half, and then won the rest of his games that second half, and you could feel the tide turn.
He didn't lose to UCLA forever.
Nope.
Like he beat them right off the bat, and into 2009, I think, when it was the 13-9 game.
Yeah.
Carroll just turned it right around. So that being said, Peterson takes over this program at Washington and is having good results. The defense actually right now, and I understand the Kawasaki thing, saying, okay, maybe this is a better system that guys get and can execute on.
Yep.
Meanwhile, we're gonna hand the reins of the offense to a true freshman named Jake Browning, and he's utilizing his tight ends over the middle, and a running back named Dwayne Washington, simply because their receivers aren't the best yet. And as you know, we've got pretty good cornerbacks. So
Yep.
if we can eliminate that and make them run and make them hit their tight ends, and again, I could be a dick about this, but I don't see SC blowing this one.
I don't think so either. I think that they've had their wake up call, and it came against a really good team. So hopefully that gets things going in the right way. You mentioned the cornerbacks. USC gets a good one back this week with Kayvon Seymour.
He's healthy.
Coming back.
Welcome back. Good.
So that's really going to bolster that defense. Like I said, and like you said, Kalapalone is probably out this week. So that means that defensive line is got to get going. Antoine Woods has been playing with a hurt shoulder.
He keeps hurt. I thought he hurt his boobies.
Yeah,
Who's got the hurt boobies?
The boobies?
Yeah, one of them hurt his boobie. Remember last year he couldn't play at all because he had
was it a pectoral
Antoine
muscle?
Woods? Yeah. Yes. Technically, pectoral muscle. It's a boob.
He hurt his boobie.
He hurt a boob.
Yeah. There's a lot of guys back there, and there's some freshmen, and they got a real good chance to step up and take care of business this week. So I'd like to see that. That's what I'm looking for. I want to see some good defensive line play because the corners are going to play well.
I do, and I also, speaking of corners, Washington has its own Adoree Jackson in the form of Dante Pettis. That is their Adoree Jackson on punt returns.
Pettis file.
Yeah,
Shit,
you should hashtag that.
I'm a bad person. Well,
Not
we have
really.
our first outtake for our next awful
Pettis
things
file?
we've said. Yeah.
He's a pedophile. They do have, Washington has paid attention to special teams, so the Trojans need to be aware that when these little things are I haven't seen too many issues on special teams. I've been happier with special teams
SC's been looking pretty good in that
under
department.
Sarkisian than I ever was under Baxter.
Yeah, sure.
I actually did not like the way things were going under Baxter.
No, you hated that guy.
I didn't. The guy, no. I didn't think that his special teams were very effective.
As a person, you were fine.
Oh, yeah. He was great. And as I think I was told in front of everybody in the Valley at the USC alumni dinner, wasn't I told, no way. Because I said, look, is this guy the real deal? Is it going to come together, or is he an overpaid nice guy? And was it Arbogast, or was it Paskowitz who said...
It might have been Arbogast.
Who said, now wait, this guy's good. Not an overpaid nice guy. He's worth every penny. He graduates the kids. All right. There were no results on the field for special teams, no matter how you look at it. We did not do well. Who else did I want to talk about tonight? Their special teams has played well. Now I mentioned that the fact that they've got a true freshman and Peterson is trying to change the culture. I don't have anything to say about the Husky cheerleaders because I haven't seen them yet.
Well,
we haven't played Washington since 2012.
Yeah, it's been a while, so it'll be fun to get back on that track. It's a really fun game for me when that's an away game to go up there. My brother lives up there, so it's fun to go up there and
hello, David.
And throw some Trojan gear on him, and we'll go and sit in the rain and watch that game.
It's not drink some coffee, cry, reflect.
It's fun. It's a good time, but it's fun to be playing the Huskies again.
So you've been to that stadium where you can just
several times
take your boat and just kind of...
Well, I've never taken my boat. I don't.
We'll build one.
I don't have
We'll build.
We
you
should build a boat, and
go
then I'll
up
just
there.
paddle up, and
Big or just
with my arms.
just
Yeah.
rowing.
I'm here. The cooler on the back.
Shoot off some flares.
Pull me out of the water. It's too cold for that.
But on television, it looks like a beautiful stadium.
I haven't been since they've redone it. You know, the Huskies played at the Seahawks Stadium.
They
for a
did.
couple
That was
years.
cool. I would have loved to have played there.
And I haven't been to it since they've redone it, but I liked it before. It was really fun. It was a great place to go see a football game. So the fans, on the other hand, they were rough. They were not nice to USC fans. They didn't.
No.
They do not like USC.
That's all right. Okay.
That's fine. That's fine. One thing I wanted to say about last week is that Washington gave Cal a game, and Cal, I think, is kind of legit.
They have Goff is coming into his own.
Goff, I said that last year. Can we go
he's
back
good.
and check the tapes? Because I said he's one of the best quarterbacks in the Pac-12, and that guy, I don't know who he's throwing to or what, but he's doing things. That being said, I think Cal's going to lose probably 4 games this year because they got to play us and they got to play. They got a big gauntlet coming up.
Clancy's at San Francisco. I read. Clancy, our old defensive
at the
coordinator.
San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, he's playing. Yeah, he's
No
coaching.
wonder the 49ers are awful. No, I'm just kidding. I liked what Clancy was doing at USC, and I wish he was still here.
I wish they would have retained him. I know he seemed to. That was a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
He had pro experience, and he just came in and
Yep.
said, "Do this, do this." He
Yep.
seemed like a mellow guy.
Yep.
But he coached
Guy
at
named Clancy
Cal.
Pendergast. You better be a.
Coached at Cal. Probably liked the Bay Area. Probably likes working with the 49ers. He's just cool.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
He's kind of a jazz type guy.
Yeah,
I always thought.
he's a NorCal hippie.
Maybe.
Probably did the hate Ashbury shit.
I don't know. I don't know where he's from. He might be
probably
from.
too young
He
for
might
that.
be from the American South. You can't trust him then.
Nah, that's true.
Could be he's from the American South.
What are you drinking, Rick?
Oktoberfest, Sierra Nevada.
That's nice.
I thought you'd like this because I thought, well, we're not showcasing the video stuff tonight as much. We're not going live. So I had the opportunity to think, and actually I forgot we were videotaping it all. I look like complete shit, and you look great.
I'm wearing a hoodie
Yeah,
and a red t-shirt with baby food all over it.
God, I know that. And I thought maybe I'll pick up just like some beer or something tonight, and I didn't want to pick up anything.
That's a nice beer, and I
like Sierra
feel
Nevada.
bad.
But you've got Blue Moon, which is a
This was in the fridge,
terrific
and
beer.
I think I was just in the mood for something a little lighter. That's a delicious meal.
I like
beer.
what Sierra Nevada does with their
There's a
with
nice
their brews
label on there too.
And I was gonna get Sammy,
I like
then-
the Sam Oktoberfest is great.
but then I thought, no, we're not on the East Coast.
Yeah.
We're
That's
on
okay.
we're on the West Coast. What time does the game start Thursday night?
6:30 p.m. Pacific, which is the only time that matters.
The only time that matters.
I'm just gonna double check that.
Juju Smith-Schuster is back. Those personal
6
whatever it matters.
p.m. 6 p.m.
6?
Pacific. Yep.
So it's at 9 p.m. Thursday night. No one's gonna give us shit except USC and Washington fans.
Well, we're gonna give a shit. I'm gonna be fucking watching that.
Yes,
Big
I
time.
will too.
It's on ESPN, so I get that.
Good.
Fuck yeah,
Good.
A really intriguing game. There's a lot of really good games this weekend too.
Okay, we can talk about that and then
In the Pac-12,
then wrap it the fuck up.
the Cal-Utah game, the only undefeateds in the Pac-12 left.
Where are they playing?
That's a good question.
Cal's gonna lose.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Utah's good.
I
Utah's
think-
got an incredible
I
defense.
think you're right, and that goes back to my comment
Utah's
earlier
defense
that
is sick
that Cal's
this
going to lose
year.
probably 4 games. That's one of the ones that I included. I think Utah is going to beat them. Utah's pretty good, but
Yep.
that might be a really interesting game. What if Cal beats Utah? The Pac-12 gets really fucking interesting.
If that happens, I don't think it will. But it.
By the way,
Yes.
gosh, I wish that we. I'm just like
What have
segue
I
Scott
said
today.
wrong?
No, you've not said anything wrong. You're doing terrifically. I wish that we had done a podcast last week because my picks were really good last week, and I actually picked Arizona State to beat UCLA.
Wow.
And that one felt good. And I was hanging out on Saturday.
You proved that because I have the text during the game that you
There you go,
that
yes.
is true.
I
Pitch
was
really
hanging
did
out
pick
with,
that prior to the game.
with our friend Kevin
Yep.
on Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
and we were talking about it, and he said, there's no way in hell
I would have said the same thing.
that Arizona State wins. And I said, I just feel it. I
didn't think
Arizona
Notre Dame
State's
was
going to
gonna
give them a
win.
game. I picked that one too. Rick, that was my next thing. You took
I didn't
it from
think
me
Notre
out
Dame
of my
was going to
mouth,
win that
but
game.
I picked Syracuse and I picked Arizona State. So I wish I had done my picks. And
What about Georgia, Alabama? I didn't think Georgia was going to win. I didn't think they were going to get their asses kicked.
I thought Georgia was going to give them a lot better game than that. But Alabama bounced right back, and it just goes to show that college football is bananas, and they need to have a deeper playoff system because 4 teams is just not enough the way that a lot of these teams are playing, and you're going to have some losses. It's almost impossible to go undefeated anymore.
If you had to wake up in a shower with one of the girls from one of the cheerleaders from one of the conferences, which conference would it be and why?
Rick,
Like if you just came to like, oh, I'm in a shower with and there's
I've never given this thought.
like, oh, where are you from? And then you have to, obviously because you're happily married and with children, you have
Sure.
to escort that young lady slowly out of the shower.
Sure.
stall.
Chester's here. Chester's here to play with us.
Where,
Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. We have a dog friend here.
yep.
Hi, Chester. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy boy. So Chester's on the
pause it.
show.
You can pause the audio then.
Saved by the Bell there. I don't know. Wait, so set up the parameters again for me.
I'm gonna fuck this dog right in the ear.
that's probably the noise I'd be in the shower and I'd be like, oh my god, my wife, where's my wife? I don't know what to do. And so, wait, are they all naked?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So who do I hope that it would be?
It's what conference?
Oh man, I don't know. Here's what yeah, okay. I hope it would be like the Mountain West, so that they're like missing teeth and just like full bushes, and then I'd be like, oh no. I'm not tempted at all.
Right.
I would never be tempted. This is horrible. That's a horrible question to ask me.
You don't have to answer.
Oh, now you tell me I don't have to answer. Shit. Well, all right.
Mine's the Pac-12.
I didn't have
the Pac-12.
I didn't ask you on purpose because I know that you were hoping to stumble upon the Oregon girls showering.
Oh, just wake up and they're yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Oregon. Yeah, USC, UCLA.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter. What's your pick, and then we'll let these people go.
I think USC wins this game, and I think they win it by 10. I'm thinking something like
10.
well, maybe 13 or more. I think maybe like 38, 21, 24, something like that. And I think some of those points are garbage time points for Washington.
Write this score down.
Okay. Wait, what did I say? 38 to
10.
No, that's yours. You want 38-10?
No, you said 38-20. You said they're going to win
I
by
said
10.
38-24.
Yeah, 38-24.
Maybe
but
21.
But then mine is 45-12.
40.
USC.
5.
45-12.
Okay, cool. I got it.
Fight on.
Fight on.